leadership limit. That is, their organizational culture restricts leaders and leadership development. The deep fabric of organizational life, its internal plumbing and wiring, fails to provide sufficient rewards for leadership initiative, or worse, outright punishes those who take the risk of leader initiative in either formal or informal ways. Warren Bennis, the well-known leadership and organizational expert, first articulated this notion by suggesting an unconscious conspiracy in which organizations create hidden obstacles that make it extremely difficult to lead. This book provides organizations with a performance development process that can be institutionalized to enhance leadership development and effectiveness. The formalization of this process results in rewiring and refitting the hidden forces that now limit leadership. The formalization process gives everyone a chance to fulfill their natural ability to lead, make a difference, and contribute to organizational success. The Journey. Helen Keller once said, "There is no royal road to the summit. Each person must zigzag their own way." The journey toward developing your natural-born leader skills begins by understanding the natural-born leader phenomenon. Chapter 1 describes this phenomenon and outlines the skills associated with being a natural-born leader. 3 broad natural-born leader skill categories are described: foundational leadership skills, leadership direction skills, and leadership influence skills. Chapter 2 takes you on the next step along the leadership development journey. It provides a natural-born leader skill assessment. The assessment provides feedback on how you match up to the portrait of a natural-born leader. It measures your strengths and areas that need improvement. The next stage of the journey involves selecting the skills you want to work on in each broad category and then committing to skill development. The goal is to try to improve each day in measurable ways and perform a little better tomorrow than you did today. The next 3 chapters describe the foundational natural-born leader skills. These skills form the footing upon which you stand to be seen as a natural-born leader. These skills are prerequisites for leadership effectiveness. 3 pillars make up the foundational skills. Chapter 3 describes the self-awareness skills that define who you are as a leader. Chapter 4 defines the skills that leaders use to build rapport. Chapter 5 explains how leaders clarify expectations. Chapters 6, 7, and 8 describe the natural-born leader direction skills. Leaders identify issues, concerns, and opportunities that require leadership action. Chapter 6 specifically defines the skills leaders use to map the territory, to recognize those needs. Leaders translate their mapping results into a course of action. Chapter 7 outlines the skills that leaders apply to chart a course of leadership direction. Leaders multiply themselves by cultivating leadership in others. Chapter 8 describes the skills leaders deploy to develop others as leaders. Leaders gain willing followers, which requires their application of influence skills. Leaders establish their capacity to influence by building a base to gain commitment. Chapter 9 details the skills leaders use to build their base so that others will support them when they offer a leadership direction. Leaders use specific skills to influence people. Chapter 10 tells you how leaders apply these skills to gain willing followers. Chapter 11 describes the skills leaders use to establish an environment that fosters a willingness to follow. Leaders live within a larger organizational context. They create a motivating environment to support their leadership efforts. Beginning your journey. You do not have to master every skill or develop them all at once. Many people who are labeled as natural-born leaders have mastered only some of the skills. Perhaps no